Hey there! Today, we're going to talk about a feeling I think we all know, even if we don't have a name for it. It's that quiet hum that runs underneath everything. We're calling it the hyperconnectivity trap. So let me just start with a simple question for you. Think about your day. Does your brain ever really have an off switch? I mean, a real moment where it's not processing or waiting or getting ready for that next notification? If you're struggling to find that switch, well, you're definitely not alone. So what's this number? 96? That's how many times, on average, we check our phones every single day. That works out to about once every 10 minutes we're awake. It's not even a choice anymore, is it? It's just a reflex. And all that constant checking creates what we call the always-on feeling. You know, that subtle, low-level sense that you're perpetually on standby. And here's the thing you have to get. This feeling, it is not just in your head. It's a real physical response our bodies are having to the world we live in. I mean, here's the perfect, kind of creepy example. Have you ever felt that buzz in your pocket? You reach for your phone, you're sure you got a message, and then you look, and there's nothing there. That little ghost in your pocket is called a phantom vibration. It's a wild sign that our brains are now physically wired to expect a digital poke at any second. And this leads us right to the main idea for today, the hyperconnectivity trap. And this is so important because it reframes the whole problem. This isn't about you lacking willpower. This is not some kind of personal failing. It's about the design of the entire system that we're all swimming in. So, what is this big word, hyperconnectivity? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. It's just the state of being constantly plugged in. We're so attached to our devices and that endless river of information they provide that actually disconnecting can start to feel weird, maybe even a little stressful. You know, this quote just absolutely nails the paradox we're in. We wanted a world at our fingertips. We got a world that never lets go. It's just such a powerful way to think about it. We built these incredible tools to connect, but sometimes they feel like they're stopping us from connecting with what's right in front of our faces. Okay, so how does this actually work? On a psychological level, how does our mind get so hooked? Why is it so incredibly hard to just look away? Well, the answer isn't that complicated. It's really about the basic wiring of our brains. Now, it's really easy to jump to a word like addiction, but thinking about it as a powerful behavioral loop is way more helpful. It's less of a chemical thing and more of a deeply, deeply ingrained habit that just reinforces itself over and over again. And this is that pattern. It's called the habit loop. It starts with a cue. That could be anything, a moment of boredom, a flicker of stress. That cue triggers a craving, that itch for a distraction, for something new. The response is almost instant. We grab our phone. And then comes the reward, that tiny little hit of dopamine from a like, a comment, a new email. And that reward tells our brain, hey, that felt good. Let's do that again. And the loop starts all over. So we get the loop. But so what? What's the big deal? Well, every system like this has a cost, and it's usually a hidden one. So what is the price we're paying for being connected all the time? What's the quiet toll it's taking on our ability to think and feel and just be? I mean, just look at this contrast here. It's pretty stark. The hyperconnected mind is almost always distracted, reactive, and anxious. It's constantly responding to the next thing. But the focused mind? That's when we're present. We're creative, we're calm. It seems we're trading away our ability to do deep, meaningful work for this shallow, endless stream of information. And that really brings us to what might be the most crucial point of this whole conversation. Your attention is, without a doubt, the most valuable resource you have. It is the currency of our time, and where you choose to place it literally determines the quality of your life. Now, I know this might all be sounding a little heavy, but it's actually where things get hopeful. Because the moment you understand how a system works, you start to get some power over it. So how do we begin to reclaim our attention? Well, the path forward isn't some new app. It starts with a simple, quiet shift in your mindset. It starts with awareness. And that's it. That's the secret. Just understanding that the trap exists is the first and honestly the biggest step to disarming it. The next time you feel that pull, that itch to check your phone, and you can just notice it. Oh, there's the cue. There's the craving. You create a tiny bit of space, a pause. And in that little pause, that's where all your freedom is. So the goal here is not some dramatic digital detox. Those almost never work because they treat the symptom, not the cause.
A much better, more sustainable way to think about it is developing digital intention. This is about shifting from being a passive zombie scrolling through feeds to being an active, conscious user. It's about asking yourself, wait, what do I actually want to do right now? Before your thumb even hits the screen. So I'll just leave you with this one last thought to bring all this back down to earth. What is one conversation, maybe with your partner or a friend, or shoot, even just with yourself, that you really truly want to have without a single interruption? Just thinking about that, well, that's where it all begins.